take my mind.
Welcome back to another episode, Change Tomorrow Today, the hottest podcast on the planet.
Man, you just keep hitting them with that every time, man. Yeah, you crazy. How you guys doing today?
Today's a good day, actually.
Today's a great day. We have Miss Atara with us. How you doing, Atara?
I'm amazing. Thanks for asking.
right.
And thanks for having me, guys.
Oh,
as
thanks for
well.
coming.
Thank
you
you for
so much
being
for
here.
coming. We mean that. We really do mean that. Today we're going to be talking about finances with Miss Atara. She's going to give you guys a lot of game on how to make sure you prepare your kids for success, right? I don't really have much to say. I'm going to let you take the microphone. You can start,
Okay. Well, thank you for that again. Thank you guys for allowing me to even be here. I really, really appreciate it. So really quick, the name of my program is Young Black Millionaires. It says it
Yes.
That's
in the
beautiful.
YBM.
Yes.
Okay.
And my goal is to help as many Black children become millionaires by the age of 25, or at least have the setup to become millionaires. And it kind of started, I'm going to be honest with you, as some of you probably can relate, I just was not taught about finances as a child.
We weren't. Many of us weren't.
Knew nothing about credit.
Mm-hmm.
Went to college and just had no idea about real estate, credit, life insurance, nothing. So I basically just was out there.
You had to figure it out.
Figuring it out. And so I made a lot of financial mistakes. A lot. I didn't want my children to go through that. So I have two boys. One is 20 and one is 17. And so I said, I'm going to change their lives. They will not go through what I went through.
Bingo.
So I just started to build my oldest son credit.
Okay.
I started from scratch. I just started to build his credit, and I literally saw like my son literally went from like a 600 to a 750 in about a year.
Oh,
Right.
And so the power of that in teaching him, you have a 750 credit score at the age of 19, 20 years old.
Right.
If you take care of that,
Yeah,
the world is yours.
Yep.
Because as we know now, cash is no longer king. It's credit.
It's credit.
It's credit. And so what I did was what that did was allow my 17-year-old to piggyback off of his brother.
Okay.
So I added my 17-year-old to all of my 20-year-old's credit cards.
Of course.
So by the time my 17-year-old is 18,
He's
he'll
gonna be
have
credit.
exactly.
That's how it goes.
And so I was listening to a guy one day, and he said, would you, and you guys kind of think about this, he said, would you take $100,000 right now in your bank account, or would you would you take the chance of going back to your 20-year-old self and sitting your 20-year-old self down and telling your 20-year-old self whatever you want to tell them?
That's a great question. How do you answer that?
Yeah, damn. I never heard of that before. I'm
What
kind of like,
would you do? Would you take the $100,000, or would you go back to your 20-year-old self and talk to your 20-year-old self?
I'll go back to my 20-year-old self and talk, and talk to myself.
What about you?
Yeah, I think I would do that.
I don't know.
You got to answer the question.
It's hard to answer.
No, it's not.
It's hard to answer for
$100,000?
me because my 20, being that I just had my daughter, I was financially responsible. So it's different. Would I go back and talk to my 20? It's a lot of things I did learn along the way, but I probably would take the 100.
You take the 100
because it was a lot of things that I knew at 20 that I had no choice but to know. I didn't have a choice.
I go back and talk to myself.
Yeah.
Sit yourself down.
Yeah.
I would talk to them because if I've always said that. I even tell that to my daughters. I say it's a lot of things I know I could have made happen differently.
Yeah.
If I could just go back and talk to myself.
Yeah.
But I'm happy I learned either way. But I'm not taking the money because I could make $100 million if I could go back and talk to myself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And so I thought about that. I'm like, that is so powerful.
Yes. it
Yeah.
is.
I can't do it for myself,
you
but I can do it for my
For
boys.
your boys,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I can do it for
Yeah.
so
And
many other
people.
kids.
We
Yeah.
need that in the community.
So
Yeah.
there was a
We need someone that
no-brainer.
cares in the
Yes,
community. Yeah.
it was a no-brainer for
Yeah.
me. If I had somebody to sit me down at 15, 13, 20 and put me up on game about
Yes.
investments,
Yeah.
about real estate,
Yeah.
about what?
Yeah.
$1 million would be nothing
It's
to
nothing.
obtain.
Yeah,
obtain,
it is.
yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
nothing to obtain
Right.
with the right mindset.
With the right
Yep.
mindset.
You see
But
that? And
I
that's
like what you're doing. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry.
No,
I
go
like
ahead.
what you're doing because you're empowering these kids to
Yeah.
know that, you know, you can do this too. And you can do it at a younger age than what you see other people accomplishing it. It could be legal. It's not
Absolutely.
illegal, you know, and it's something that can generate multiple streams of revenue.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
I like this.
Right. To piggyback, I really like what you're doing because, of course, I run into a lot of young people that are working and they're in a rat race, but they don't have any guidance on how to get out of their situations.
Yeah.
You know, because going from job to job to job doesn't
Yep.
solve your problems. It doesn't solve your
And
financial.
truthfully, no matter how
Right.
much you're making, you're still under somebody else's
That's just-
thumb.
right.
So it's all about. I think the most important asset that we have in
Freedom.
life is time.
Yeah.
Right? Time to spend with our
Absolutely.
families and loved ones.
Right.
So when you're giving somebody time in exchange for $1, I think
Yep.
it's a total waste.
Absolutely.
Right.
So what you're doing is I want my daughters involved with what you
Yeah.
got going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
hope
would
Michelle told you
love
that.
to.
Mhm.
Oh,
Absolutely.
because I saw you online with the boys, and I was like, and I saw how proud you were. You know, and I said, man, you have a great spirit because it takes somebody with so much understanding and love to give to just not say, I'm only going to focus on
My
mine,
kids.
Yeah.
but I want to teach everybody else kids as well. Because we're a community.
Yep.
We
You know,
are.
we need that.
Yeah.
We need
We
that
do.
kind of mindset. You know what I'm saying?
And the important thing too, I think, to acknowledge is that a lot of people, even beyond your son's age, there's people in their 20s, 30s, some people in their 40s that still don't have this information.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're still running a rat race.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
even know how to get out of
Yeah.
get off the wheel.
Yeah.
So that knowledge is like really important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your Instagram is full of so much information in itself.
Thank
If
you.
people really just sat down and paid attention, they would learn so much because it's a lot of information and it's positive information. What I would say is when I was in ninth grade, so I don't know what, like 14.
14.
Yeah. So my mom gave me a book about credit, right? And then the next year, she had a financial advisor come to the house, and so. Like that's how I kind of learned about different things at that age. So I was able to know about the lines of credit and all type of stuff that at my age, my friends didn't know what the heck I was even learning. But I was like, oh, okay. So imagine you
powerful.
teaching
Absolutely.
all these people this information, children, because I feel like children learn better.
Ooh.
Not
Right?
even better, but they're the future, realistically.
But their
I mean,
minds
They
grasp.
minds are spongy.
Yeah,
sponges.
they
Oh,
learn
yes.
this information and
Yes.
carry it,
Yes,
and
they
they
do.
multiply
Yes,
it.
they do.
It turns into something. I was able
Yes,
to
they
teach
do.
almost all my friends about just getting lines of credit, like, and they didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, you don't know this, because I thought that was just normal that
Yeah.
my mom.
Yep.
That my mom did that. So for your program, I feel like it can really teach a lot of kids, kids that underprivileged.
That's powerful. I needed to hear that.
you
That's
should tell us
powerful.
more about the program.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
yes. So the program is super duper easy. I literally have spent months putting this program together because
Wow.
I wanted to break it down to like the lowest level.
Gotcha.
And so it's broken down into concepts. And I have a very creative mind. So my mind, once my wheels get to turning, I want to do so much with this program. It is like insane. I have to literally calm myself down because I'm like, Atara.
No, don't calm yourself down. Go with it.
Keep going.
Oh
Keep
my
going.
God. I'm
Keep
like, I
going.
want to do this.
Right.
And so it is on a platform that's called School.
Okay.
And so it's a community. I want to build a community. I don't want it just to be a course where kids go through it. No,
And
it's
forget
a
everything they
community.
learned.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so it's very important that, and we know your network is your net worth.
I agree.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so the community itself, I want them to be able to have like-minded individuals because sometimes their friends don't know.
Nope.
But if you can come into this community and see what others are doing and we rally for you and we put our arms around you and we love on
And
you,
that means a lot.
it means a lot. And so I want to build, literally, I want this, this will be
There
the
you go.
number one youth Black mentorship
From your
program
mouth
in
to
the
God,
world.
from your mouth to
Hands
God's
down.
ears. I pray
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah, so School is super easy. They can do it. It's an app. They can do it from their phone. It's very interactive. We're going to be doing giveaways. I'm doing a lot of mindset shifting in there because without the mindset, I don't care what I tell you. If you don't have a fertile mindset
You're not
to
gonna
grow
get
the seeds we give,
It won't
Not gonna
work.
get
It
it.
won't
it's
work.
not
Yeah.
going to work.
And it got to be something you want to do.
Yeah.
They have to
Absolutely.
want it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the hardest part with
But
our
I
youth,
think one of the
getting them
things
to
about our
understand the
community,
importance.
I think one of the things about our community, we need to get out the mindset about what you want to do and realize it's not about what you want to do. You got sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to get to where you have to get to do what you want to do.
But
So
like you said,
as
if
a
we shift the
child,
mindset to it, just stop taking it as a negative. If we can shift their mindsets from being
Yes.
like, this is something that I want to do because
Yeah.
it's something that's going to
even
benefit
if you
me
don't
and
want,
help me.
even if you don't want to do it,
Like,
this is something that you
Yeah.
have to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to branch into different avenues.
Yeah.
I agree.
You
Yeah.
know, and it's better than going to a job.
Oh yeah.
And you know, it's so crazy you mentioned that. Because and I had to tell myself I was one that wanted everybody freedom, no job, no job. But then I'm like, Atara, without
The jobs.
what so you want those
Yeah.
some people are just
That's what
That's
That's
what
just that. That's
that's
just
just
that.
that.
Right.
That's just that. They
Yeah.
can't do nothing
That's
else,
just
Yeah.
that.
and they don't have no other drive.
Yeah.
And you have to respect it because
And
it
you
comes with
have to
understanding. Yes,
respect
it
it.
comes
You
with
have
understanding.
You are
everybody's
sitting in the
role is
presence
important.
Yeah.
of
in a
someone
Because
society.
you have to in
Yeah,
society, you
yeah,
have to have servers.
Yeah.
You have to have
Unfortunately.
cooks.
Yeah.
You have to have doctor. So jobs are very important.
Yes.
I don't want to take away from people. I used to say, no, jobs are important.
Mm-hmm.
If you decide to have a job, cool. You have to have something in
There you
addition
go.
to that.
Yep.
So
another stream of
another
income.
stream. Even if you are making $20, $30 an hour, take a portion of that and invest
in
it because
yourself.
that compounded interest
Mm-hmm.
in 40 years,
Yeah. You'll be good to
you will
go.
be good to go. So that's another thing I
Mhm.
want to let them know. Everybody's not an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And it's okay not to be.
Yeah.
But make your investments work for you.
Yeah.
But the things that you just said was 20 and 20, 30, 40 years, your compounded interest will work for you. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't understand time.
Yeah.
I read Warren Buffett's book, and I love Warren Buffett because he, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best investors. He's not the richest person,
Mhm.
but he's a smart investor because he doesn't take risk, right? So he does all his homework on the stocks that he's dealing with, and he looks at the future, what the market holds for this company, and then he puts his money into it.
And he just
and
rides
he
it.
understands, I'm not buying it for a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm buying it for time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
you have to utilize
Yep.
time.
Mhm.
Yep.
Even though I like options,
Yeah.
I like my profit.
You like you get cool. Of course. We
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that time
Yeah.
is important.
Time is very, you
Yeah,
have to
Time
use
is
time to
very
your
time
advantage.
is of the essence.
Tell us a little bit more about the program, like specifically, what are the steps to the different programs you have lined up for the kids?
So I want to always start with the foundation. So we have the personal credit 101, we have the business credit 101, we have the mindset shifting, we have the real estate 101. So I wanted it to be very, like I said, very general to give you the foundation to build your house upon. So once you come in, there's different modules. You're gonna first go through the mindset module. First thing, I do a video gotta reprogram it first. I do a video for each module to break down the modules to make it easier for them. So once they have the basic understandings of what personal credit is, I literally give them everything about personal credit. There's a glossary. There's everything about personal. I break it down to the smallest particle.
Wow.
No stone left unturned. So once you go through that, you should know everything about personal credit.
And you should know the difference between personal and business.
Absolutely.
Business,
And see, I start with the personal because I'm a true believer in your personal credit is going to build the bridge for the business credit. So once you have that core personal credit down, now you're ready to build and walk across that bridge to go to the business credit. And so I haven't even put the business credit up stuff not yet because they need to get the personal credit.
That's very important.
A lot of people try to skip that part and go straight to business, but no, when you are going to these lenders, it's cute to have the net this and that, but these people want to look at your personal credit.
Right.
They want to know, are you responsible?
And I think a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that.
I see why my wife talks so highly of you. You are on it.
Yeah.
You on it.
I've heard people say, well, the personal credit don't matter and I'm like, ooh, baby.
They say, people say that in 2020.
Oh,
yes. Because they think that they could just build a business.
Business without the
People
person.
are teaching that on social media, just build business. It does not work like
They never mention the personal.
Nope.
Yeah,
They
that's
always
like
talking
trying to
about
cover
business.
shit with sugar.
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Mr.
Yeah.
Tar, so I'm a 15, 16, 17-year-old, and I want to join your program. And I'm open. I'm wide open.
Never
and
had a job.
Yeah, I'm all ears, and I want to learn everything. So what are my steps?
Well, let me say this. I made it very affordable, literally for me. And I sat and I went back and forth with this in my mind because a lot of people say, oh, you give away so much information. I want my people to win.
Right.
If I give knowledge and information, the money will follow me. It will hunt me down. So for me, yes, I want money. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
You want to live.
We want to live and you know, but I know the principle of giving and sowing. I'm gonna reap off. Okay, so with that being said, right now throughout July, the program is only $35 a month to join.
You can't beat that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't
And
beat
I'm
that.
literally giving them
Everything.
Everything. People pay.
This is like
thousands.
a private. This is like private school for $35.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, private school for $35.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. So after that, after July, the price will still go. It will only go up to $50 a month. And so it's super affordable for parents and even young adults.
Oh, they can do it as a team. They can do it together.
Well, no. Well, because I'm starting at 13, so of course 13-year-olds will have to pay. For the 13-year-old, 14-year-olds. So I wanted to make it affordable. So it's affordable basically for anybody. And our community spend money like crazy. So to be honest with you, we ain't gonna go there. That's another
that's a whole nother story.
But yes, so it's $30 and then it goes up to $50. You pay, and it's $50, well, $30 a month or $50 a month, depending on when you join.
Okay.
When you come in, again, the app is super duper simple. When you come in, it's going to instruct you on exactly what modules to start with. So you're going to start with that particular module. Every single week, I'm going to be doing webinars.
Okay.
So the webinars will be live webinars where everybody in the community can come in, get on the webinar, ask their questions, and I'll be breaking the modules down even more. On top of that, I'm having experts in their particular fields and industries come in to do webinars as well.
Oh, wow.
So if people stick and stay around inside of the community, I can almost promise you, your life and the trajectory of your life will dramatically change. Dramatically.
Just with the knowledge.
With the base knowledge. Not even all the other things that I'm trying to incorporate, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so now when they join this program, and let's say they're starting the first module, which is personal, because we got to figure out our personal.
Mindset. She said mindset.
Mindset first. So in that module, if they needed to reach out to you or ask you a question, they weren't sure about something, they can do that through the app.
Absolutely. So there is an open forum inside of the app. It's called the community.
Okay.
So they're able, it's like a Facebook or Instagram. You ask questions. And so of course I'll be in there all day, answering the questions, reaching out. I have kids, and it's so funny because before I even had the program developed, and that's why I know God is all over what I'm doing. When I started doing the videos, they literally were going viral. I had videos with millions of views. I didn't even have the program up and running. I was out in the community. My son plays football. I'm at his football game the other day, and I love for the kids to call me auntie. I want it to be personal.
Right.
I want them to feel me. I don't want them to be scared. I don't want them. I want them to know
like it's a teacher.
Exactly.
No, I'm your auntie.
No, I'm your auntie,
you.
and y'all are my nieces and my nephews, and this is what we gonna do. If I never met you before, you my niece, you my nephew.
I love it.
And so when I'm out, I hear kids just saying, "Auntie, can you?" And I'm like, this is so crazy to me. It's just like God is just showing me and working.
The right path.
The right path. So Once they come in, it's a community. You can reach out to me. You can message me. I'm doing whatever I need to do. If it's in my mind, you can have it
Okay.
inside of that community.
Let me ask you this: do you also provide like one-on-one coaching?
I'm
No, I'm just asking.
no.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
is because I know I'm gonna eventually have to.
Right.
I'm gonna eventually have to provide the one-on-one coaching, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. My personal goal is to have 20-hour work weeks.
Yeah.
So auntie trying to live.
Auntie got a line in the line too.
My oldest
Got you.
son, well, my youngest son this is last year in high school.
Mm.
So for me, I want to travel, and a lot of times the one-on-one coaching,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know I want to.
Right.
If God put me in that,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was gonna
Okay.
you
say.
know I'm gonna
It's
follow.
God- yeah, you gotta follow the
I gotta
plan.
follow
Yeah.
the plan.
Exactly.
I get it.
man.
I get
But
it.
that's a great question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
just
now,
see a lot of the younger kids. I could see them wanting that one-on-one time,
Yeah.
and especially once they build that type of rapport with you, I feel like they retain the information better. Especially
Yeah.
like you said, they not looking at you like a teacher. They like, oh,
Yep.
that's his auntie. So they asking all these questions.
Yeah.
So that one-on-one.
and you know what? This business, this program is really for my sons.
Mm-hmm.
That's the inspiration
So
behind it.
Yep.
I'm building the foundation, but both of my sons know they have to learn it and take over the program.
Right.
So I really want them to be the face and the forefront of the
Oh,
I
program.
love it.
And so once they get to that certain area or that certain space where they're ready, they're going to be doing the one-on-ones.
Man.
And I want to create a space where I'm mentoring the kids inside of there to now take my place.
Right.
Man.
So now they're going to go out and they're going to be young Black millionaire advocates.
Yeah.
And they're going to be teaching the information. So as
Which
to
is
where I
beneficial.
can just fall back.
But not even that. You see how God works?
Yeah.
That you're not even thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Even when you're no longer here, it's gonna still keep.
Yeah, that's good. You're not trying to gatekeep.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's how you know that's
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you know that's God.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not trying to. It's not about her. It's about the community.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That,
Especially for the youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the information that they need.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for them to get it. To be honest, like you say, a lot of people gatekeep or they give you a little bit, they don't give you all of it.
Yep.
So you kind of be confused. That's why I said this would be a very good program.
Yeah.
Yep. And I truly believe our children murder each other at the rate they do because they don't see value in
Nope.
themselves.
Didn't I say that?
and you know why they don't see value?
don't see
Because
value.
we don't step up and,
Yep.
and give them value.
Yep.
Let them know that you're important.
You're important.
We are
You
the
matter.
mindset, you're not mine, so you're not my problem.
Yep.
But we are all each other's
Yep.
problems. Like I
Yep.
said, for me, man, I don't care what anybody say about. I love kids, man, because I'm only here for a moment.
Yep.
I'm gone. I'm gonna leave a mark. You know,
Yep.
we have to raise our children to
Absolutely.
believe in themselves.
Absolutely.
And I really hope your program takes off. And
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna have my daughters involved.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Thank
how
you.
my
Thank
daughter-
you.
Where do we go? How do we go and involve?
Absolutely. So the site is www.youngblackmillionaires.com/join.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where, and I'll make sure that I'm not sure if I can probably get y'all the link to put in the
Of course, we're
description.
gonna put all
Yes,
this,
we
we'll put your
will.
Absolutely,
Instagram.
absolutely.
They're gonna know where to go find you and follow.
Absolutely.
Y'all better go
Yes.
follow
But
Auntie,
I wanna
man.
ask
Follow
Atara.
Follow Auntie.
Right. I want to ask you one question, Atara. Do you provide life insurance services?
Absolutely.
Right.
I do provide. And I'm so happy you mentioned that because that's actually one aspect
Right.
of the community as well.
Mhm.
So build your own bank. That's the
Right.
big thing with me. Teaching them how to build their own bank. They are super, super young.
Mm-hmm.
So them getting into a index universal life policy at such a young age
Mm-hmm.
is super cheap.
Yeah.
You pay into it over time, and that's where that compounded interest comes in that we talked about. And so you pay into that life insurance policy, and over time you 60, 50 years old.
Gotcha.
Now you have $1 million
Right.
at your fingertips, tax-free money that these kids have, which creates generational wealth.
Yes.
Yep.
because a lot of our parents just didn't
They didn't know.
leave
They
that.
didn't-
They
Yeah.
didn't know. They
Yeah.
couldn't leave it for us, but
Yeah.
that is how we try to catch up with our counterparts.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
teach them about the trust, opening a trust.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's another thing that I want to in the near future be able to have an expert come in, because I'm not an expert in trust. You know, you have to have
God will
a
provide.
lawyer.
God will
Absolutely,
provide.
absolutely.
Free service. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you, God will provide. He always
Absolutely,
does.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so that's the thing. I have a big network of people that I
Okay.
just can pull on to have them come in. I want to be able to teach them skills. I have a friend that owns daycares for the ladies or the guys that want to open up a daycare. I'm gonna have her
Nice.
come
Oh,
in.
nice.
I'm having realtors come in
Nice.
to actually walk them through the home by
Investors come in.
absolutely.
Mhm.
My kid's father, he does cars. So
Oh.
have him come in and show them how they can buy cars from the auction, flip them, and make money. It's gonna be so many things I'll be able to provide them just to open up
See,
their
you ain't gotta
eyes.
rob nobody. You ain't
Yeah.
gotta
Yep.
get down
Different
illegal.
avenues.
You ain't
Yep.
gotta follow your
Mhm.
friends in
Yep.
the street. There's many avenues to make really good
To make
money.
money.
We just
Yeah.
gotta
Absolutely.
teach our kids that we're more than just thugs and street thugs
Right.
and
Yep.
hustlers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're
And
so much more.
everybody is important. There's
Yep.
value
in
in
all of
you.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They need to know
Okay.
They need to know that. They
I,
need to
I
know
want to
that.
ask you a question,
Mhm.
Mr. Talk. And I know I'm gonna get some backlash.
Ask the question.
So, do you think, as a parent of two boys, do you find it to be?
I don't feel like you asking the question
Ask the
right.
question, bro. Ask it.
Go. I'm gonna let you go. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the question that we have on the table today is, how do you feel about when your children reach the age of 18, whether they are staying home, are you kicking them out? What is the process? What do you think is the best process?
This is funny. This is funny, and the reason this is funny, I put up a reel on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
The largest reel I got over like 13 million views.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Over this exact same topic.
What's your TikTok name? If you don't mind, man.
I don't have TikTok.
You better get on
I
TikTok. You
don't
gonna
have
you say
TikTok.
13 million, you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have
beautiful.
13 plus
But
million.
let's
on
talk about that.
TikTok.
Let's get to that answer.
And so my thing was not putting your kids out.
High five.
I don't believe in it at all.
Me neither.
Okay, so give us a little bit more detail into what you
Okay.
think. I mean, because at that point they're 18. Kids think they're grown because they're 18. They not.
Mr. Tar, but before you answer that, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the belief when your kids turn 18, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
they start working and they're going to school. I've learned this from my uncle.
Yeah.
Now, they're working, they might be making decent money. You charge them rent.
Mm-hmm.
But that money that you're charging for rent doesn't go in your pocket for your own benefit. You put it to the side for them. You don't have to let them know, but they're paying rent, right? You're responsible. You got to pay me $500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
This is due first of every month. You put that money aside. By the time they're 25, 24, 25, and they're ready to leave the house, they're now able to purchase something that's theirs, a townhouse, a condo, whatever. It belongs to them, and they're making payments on that versus paying somebody else just rent and losing that money. You know what I mean?
In
Why
an
not put them
apartment.
in a better situation than we were put into when we were young?
No.
I want to pull something up on my
Yes,
phone.
ma'am.
All right, go ahead. Pull it up.
This is God's work.
Yeah, sure.
And I just want to read to you,
Yes, ma'am.
you all. Here it is right here. So, I said, and it's the volume. Let me cut the volume down. Instead of kicking your kids out at 18, make them pay $300 in rent until they turn 25.
Oh, wow.
Give them the money saved on their 25th birthday to use as a down payment on a property. They will have almost $26,000 saved.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that is the exact thing that I put. But let me tell you this. If you go through the comments,
people don't agree with you,
people
right?
do not agree.
But this is the thing that that kind of bothers me a little bit, and this is not for everybody that disagrees, but because some people are probably, the kids are probably wild,
Right.
But as parents, when you become a parent, I think you have to become selfless. So
Right.
now everything that I'm doing is no longer about me, but about my children. So how can you then not want your child to be in a better position than you are? If God told me would I prefer for my children to be millionaires and good people living a righteous life and helping others, putting people in position, and I have to suffer the rest of my life for them to live a good life? I'm gonna suffer. I'll take that with no problem.
Now, Mr. Tara, I have a question, and
Okay.
if it's too personal, you could just say, you know.
Okay.
So, being that you have two boys, you say one of your sons is 20, the other is 17, right? So now the 20-year-old, he's still at home with you.
No, he's in college.
He's in college. Awesome. So he's doing his. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So now that's a little different, right? Because he's actually being able to experience that on his own independent lifestyle. So it's slightly different.
Let's get to it.
Now, I'm sorry, I was just
Don't
getting
try
to
to
the
use
point.
that. He's in college.
But we would want our kids to go to college because we want our kids to kind of get out there and experience life. Now, see what I would say for me.
He's on a scholarship.
No, that one is not. But my youngest son
He's got a scholarship.
will be.
He
Just got a scholarship.
Oh, wonderful.
A full ride scholarship.
Woo!
Yeah, he plays
Wonderful.
football.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
So how would you feel if your oldest son decided to go to school
And stay home.
and stay home and not leave home? Would you have a
Well,
problem with that?
since my kids were young, I always advocated for college. The reason I advocate for college is because it gives them extra years to grow up without having to step into the real world right at the age of 18 to try to find. That's very stressful to me. I don't think 18 makes somebody an adult.
No,
They're not
I
ready
agree.
typically, especially boys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But
so I always advocated for them to go to college just to get them that extra time. And so I always told them that, and they bought into the system. They was like, okay, I'm going to college, not because I want you to necessarily get a degree. To be honest with you, it's not about the degree for me, for my kids. It's about the experience and the time it gives them to grow and learn and be on their own. I think all kids need that.
But what if
extra
they
time.
decided to go to college but still stay home? Would you have?
I would not have. No, absolutely not. I would not have a problem with that at all. Not at all, because I feel like they just are not ready. You're not ready, but you have to have a plan, and so we have to work our plan.
We're gonna implement it.
Absolutely.
I can see where you guys coming from, because me coming from a Caribbean background, Haitian parents, they don't believe in kicking their kids out at 18, because they always say, just because you're 18 doesn't make you an adult. Because my mother used to always say, you either go to college, work, or go to the military, but save your money. And when you're ready to leave the nest, you can, you'll be straight. You have money and stuff,
So, because Ralph Q giving me the death stare.
Yeah, I want to know, because something behind this. It's a backstory.
Right.
So, the backstory is I told him that I don't necessarily, I agree with what you guys are saying. I understand the process and I understand the purpose, right? But I'm also so realistic with these kids. And when these kids once they turn 18, they think they grown.
Right.
So now you got a grown up in your house that wants to do what grown-ups do. And you can't do what a grown-up do in my house. Because that's just, and even if I say, hey, you're paying $300, right? Of course, I'm putting it to the side to save for you. You ain't paying nothing in this house. So you can't, and my house is very strict. So my door is closed at 10 o'clock and don't nobody go in or out. If you out, you're going to stay out to the next day because the door is closed.
May I chime in on that?
Sure.
Now, if you have an 18-year-old in your house and, 18, so you kind of like, you've already poured everything you had to pour into them already. So you have to trust the process now. Now you're 18 and you're going to college and you have a job. I can't say my door is closed at 10, right? We're going to work out a time frame that works for the both of us, and you understand that time frame means you got to be in here by that time. So I might extend it till, say, 2 a.m. I'm just saying.
So basically, you say you're going to trust them that they're going to do the right thing, right?
But the thing is, so at no point did I say I don't trust. So my daughter is the older child. So I believe my daughter, even at this point at 14, my daughter is very, very responsible. I love it. It's not about whether you are capable of doing the right thing. It's about what's right for my house. So being,
Can I ask you a question?
yes, ma'am.
were you raised like that?
I was. And I was raised by my grandmother. Locked the door, and old school. They got chain on the door. That chain door, baby, you're not getting in that door. So at 10 o'clock when it's locked, if you outside, it wasn't a problem for you to be outside. They trusted that I was gonna do what I do the right thing.
But that whole when the
but you're
light
not
pole
coming
go
back
off,
in my
it
house.
don't work no more.
That's not the light pole. 10 o'clock is well after the light pole. It's well after. Now, keep in mind, again, I feel like everything is circumstantial for your household.
Right.
So with my household, I have my son. So when my daughter turns 18, my son is only going to be 6, 7.
Yeah,
You're
but-
not coming in my house at 10 o'clock and it's a 7-year-old in here that got to get up and go to school
but
tomorrow.
See, you can't do that though.
But I can because
she's
it's my
18.
house.
See, but I'm saying though, she's 18, so you kind of have
So I
to give
trust
her
that you're going to do
a bit more leeway.
No.
But the good thing about that is her daughter knows that,
Yeah.
and she's very aware of
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So at
it's gonna be one or two
18,
things that she's gonna say.
she
or she's gonna
absolutely.
leave.
And guess what?
Yep.
Knowing that, she said she doesn't want to go. She said she wants to stay. She's very aware. She just gonna go to her daddy's house, and that's fine with me.
Yep.
Just as long as you follow the rules that
but-
said.
but you
I'm
see-
not saying you have to pay no bills. I'm not saying you have to do anything outside of what your normal cleaning and all of this. All I'm saying is respect the rules that are in my house. The same way if I were to come to your house, I will respect whatever rules you have laid out in your house.
Well, I think I'm so protective, overprotective that I don't want. I want
Yes.
them to go when I.
Yes, you don't want them to
I'm
go.
sure they.
Hey,
will.
that's the Haitian mentality,
That's not
man.
a Haitian
No.
mentality. It's a protective mentality.
That-
Like I said, because I have daughters,
Right.
so I know what's out in the world.
Mhm.
Guys are ready to take advantage. You know, you got dudes putting.
Would you feel different for if you had sons?
My son,
Yes. Yes.
I kind of grew my son. I kind of grew my son differently. I grew him to be a protector. So I grew him to be a protector of the women around us. His job is to protect his mom, his sisters. He said, "Well, what about you?" I said, "Don't worry about me. I got." But when you're with them, I'm not there. That's your job. So he's, But the girls, I feel like because the girls, a guy can really sway your thinking.
See?
Right? When you meet somebody you like them, you lose all sense. Right? Am I wrong? I'm saying as a young lady,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think women have more of an influence over me. Oh,
think so?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Men are.
So all the bad things
Men are very
So
weak.
all the bad things that I did, I thought that was me.
You know what?
manipulated.
I can agree
Yes.
with that. I can attest to that.
So this
Yes.
is redemption.
To a
Hold on, this is
certain
redemption for me. So
Correct,
all the
right.
bad things that I thought I was doing to girls, they did it to me. Then I didn't.
No.
They
No.
tricked me.
No,
That's not what
I'm
she's
not
saying.
That's not what she said.
I'm
I'm
trying to
not
get
saying
redemption.
I get where you're going with that.
Yeah,
I get where you're going.
I worked in Miami-Dade County Jail for 5 years,
Right.
and I had so many men tell me
Mm-hmm.
that women were the reason a lot of bad choices they made
Mm-hmm.
were because
Yeah.
of women.
The
Really?
girls are
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
It's the
Manipulation.
boys.
Manipulation, bro.
Manipulate women.
Yes.
Come think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
a woman knows her power
Yep.
Yeah.
and uses it in a
Yes.
negative way,
Yes.
oh man, that's
Right.
a power.
Yeah.
Why do you think you have Johns, bro?
Mm,
That's why you have Johns.
mm.
Because those women that they encounter manipulate
Yes,
them.
You say
yes.
John's meaning.
Johns,
When you say John,
like
mean,
tricks.
well, I think that's a weak. That's a man.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
choice you make. You don't know how to talk to a woman. You gonna
Yeah.
pay.
No, but that's part of the manipulation
But I don't think a
process
woman
too.
has any manipulation
So-
with you being a John.
Nah,
It's just you can't use your words to get where you need
No,
to go.
this is the reason
so
why
you
I'm
say,
saying
hold
this.
on, I got $200.
Even powerful women, the
Women.
women
Yes, that's what I'm
behind,
saying.
the women
Right.
I mean, even powerful men, the
Mhm.
women
There's a strong
behind,
woman
there's
behind
a
them.
strong
Yeah.
Of
women.
course, I believe
oh,
like that
man,
because
yeah.
I got a dog. I got a pit bull behind me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
but
That's
also
my
it
girl.
shows in the way
Right.
that we raise our kids,
Mhm.
and it's shown like generationally. You see the
Mhm.
way we raise our kids. So even for me, like I graduated when I was 16. I went to college. I was living on my own.
Mhm.
When I got pregnant, and everybody was so shocked. My mom was like, "Well, what you want me to do?" Like she lived by herself, and she's in her second year of college. Like,
Wow.
but I was 18,
Absolutely.
so everybody was looking all crazy, and I'm like, I'm grown.
Yep.
I don't think my brothers would have been able to do that.
Okay.
I don't think that they would have been able to function in the same way. I was working. I still went to college. I still was doing. I was an adult, but I don't think that boys can function in that way. So you have to set those rules and boundaries. I just feel like that's what you got to do.
Faster.
Way fast.
Yeah.
My son
And to this
is
time, you
20,
think-
but
you think-
he's 15.
Exactly.
Well, it's funny you said it because I have a daughter. She's 17,
Mhm.
but she's like 14, 15.
Mhm.
Like she's so cuddled. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mhm.
But
and
it's because you protect her.
Yeah.
It's you.
but
I
my,
keep
my,
telling
but
you.
my,
Because bro, you
but
gotta think
my,
of it.
but my other daughter,
Mhm.
She ain't playing
she
that.
not playing
Yeah.
that.
Because
She-
you got to think of it this way, bro. You protecting her, you providing for her, you loving on her, so she don't have to go out there and fight the world.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you
Mhm.
got to look at it in that aspect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just
Yeah.
a different dynamic. I don't
Yeah.
disagree with the idea of having them
Mhm.
stay home. I don't. I understand the reason.
Mhm.
I understand the putting the money to the side, but I also know with girls and girls maturing so fast, girls tend to be a problem. Because at 18, you think you grown. So like you say, oh, you can stay out to 2 in the morning. No.
No,
You
no,
got
no.
To be honest, I don't even think girls would want to stay home like that.
exactly. They
I
be ready
think
to
your
go.
daughter would. She probably is saying that now, but
I want her to go to college so she can have a full college experience, not have to grow up
Absolutely.
too fast,
absolutely,
but also get the independence of I'm not at home with mom, right?
absolutely.
So I advocate for college for her for that purpose. But
Right.
if she wanted to stay home, I would have to set those boundaries because why? If I didn't, she gonna run all over me. She's a girl. She's gonna run all over the house. And then my son is gonna watch her, and as he watches her, what he gonna want to do? The same thing she doing. And boys, oh, you're not gonna do that. No.
Well, I would say this, Mr. Tar, if you can give us some of your information where we
Yes,
can find you,
please.
locate you online,
Absolutely.
all your social media. I don't know if you have a number people can reach out to you.
Absolutely. So you can reach out to me, my first and last name, on all social media platforms. Atara, Atara, last name Dallas, like the city in Texas. And
And for those of you that can't spell, that's DALLAS, Dallas.
Are you a Cowboys fan?
you know what? I am originally from Atlanta.
Oh,
Everybody asked me that.
wow.
So no, I am a diehard Falcons fan, but
Oh, wow.
my last name just so happened to be that. Everybody else, it's like, you a Dallas fan?
Well,
No.
But you know what? You don't have that GA accent.
Now,
Yeah.
when I first moved here,
Mhm.
it was horrible. I've kind of grown out of it,
Yeah.
but people say, "Oh, you sound like you're from Louisiana." No, I am originally.
From
Don't
Atlanta.
forget the
I'm
information.
yes,
Yeah,
and
just
let me.
finish.
I'm
We want them
sorry,
to
y'all.
find
I
you,
do
Mr.
not
Tara.
know
We need them
my
to find
business
you.
line. Please apologize.
No,
I
don't worry. We
apologize,
need
but let me
all
pull it
your
up for
info.
you.
So Milk Dud can put it up for you.
Yes. So the business line is 786-988-0120.
Okay, that's the business line.
That's the business line. And if you want to email me, info@ataradallas.com.
And what about Instagram?
Instagram, Atara Dallas.
Yeah,
as
all
well.
her social
Okay.
media.
All my
So you
social
have Facebook.
Facebook, all
okay.
my social media.
See how
is
men don't
Atara
listen?
Dallas.
She
Yes.
said that
Oh.
initially. Atara Dallas on all
social
platforms.
Mr.
platforms.
Tar, we have to go. I'm so glad you came in.
We appreciate you.
This was so good.
And,
It was.
but
Good
Mr.
conversation.
Y'all gonna have to invite me back.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
You gotta become a
Please.
regular. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, please call me. Hey, I want to
Absolutely.
come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anytime you want, because this is refreshing.
And this was a great
Yeah,
conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
It
it
was.
was.
And this
Yes,
actually
it
coincide with
was.
what we're doing with
Yeah.
Change Tomorrow today.
Yes.
The mindset and everything like that.
And I want to just take this. Thank you all
Yeah.
for allowing me to be
Yeah.
here. This was super dope. Super like, oh, this is in my. I love stuff
This is
like
right up
this.
your alley.
It's right up
Right up
my
your
alley.
alley.
Like,
Yes.
the environment is so inviting.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for coming.
you.
And as you guys can see, man, this is all about changing tomorrow today.
Mhm.
We have to start with the kids, and we have to start becoming selfless, and
Yes,
not so
Lord.
much focus on ourselves and what
Mhm.
we have going on. Because remember, we only here for but a second, but the kids and our kids,
Mhm.
they're gonna come after us. So
Their
let's leave
future.
behind a legacy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And with that being said, I want to say, please remember to like, subscribe, comment,
And hit the like button.
ding. But please, let's not forget to also go and follow Miss Atara. We're gonna put all her social media, all her information, everything, her number. Let's make this program go, man. We
Yep.
need this.
Mhm.
We need
Thank
this.
you.
And y'all make
guys.
sure y'all follow her, guys.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We love and appreciate all you guys. Till next time. Love, peace.